Good evening. Welcome to the Blackthorn live stream. It's me, as always, your esteemed host, Francis McCaffrey, stick maker extraordinaire. I nearly couldn't say that word there. And welcome to the weekly time where I make myself available to people in the community. It always takes a few minutes for people to come. So usually I just, set things up and get things ready as well. And, 1 week closer to Christmas, I suppose. Hope you've all got your Christmas shopping yet. I haven't done any Christmas shopping. I'm terrible. I really got to get onto it. But I know, like, it's always, I'm always busy with the stick making that I haven't had a chance to get anything yet for anyone. So I think, every year I just get gifts from my shops to people. I think, hey Bobo, how are things? Like usually, I give like Guinness T-shirts or different bits of clothing or scarves or different things. So I have to think this year what I'm going to give the family members to see if they want something a bit more interesting. But yeah, like I think over the years I've given like sticks and cudgels to people and different things like that. I know my brother-in-law Tim. He has he has a bunch of sticks already, and he has Aaron sweaters for me and T-shirts and loads of things. So maybe I get him a book this year. So there's a book I'm trying to read anyway called Black Swan, a banter. I can't remember the author on it, so I have to read that as well. Hi Liesel, how are things? How's everything with you? Are you creating or doing anything at the moment in terms of like with your own kind of craft business? Have you got your YouTube going yet? You can feel free to post the links there and give yourself some promotion as well. We're all here to help each other, and the best way is to have communities that are always talking about each other and in a positive in a positive way. And yeah, another week down. Just been busy packing this week. It's like I have 7 new sticks nearly finished. I'm just I was hoping to get those 7 sticks on today, um, but not yet. So we have a stick collector, Tim, who got his title of having 3 walking sticks. So he is officially a stick collector. So I'm happy to call you a stick collector, Tim, because you have 3 sticks, three of my sticks, I think. So that's even better when you have a few. So it's always good to meet you guys in the community. Today is Black Friday, which is the quietest day of year for me. You might not believe this because it's like no one ever believes it, right? What are you doing for Black Friday? What are you doing this? Black Friday, this and that. And like there's a tumbleweed blowing in my shop at the moment. On Black Friday, no one shops with me ever. Ever. I don't think any did I even sell a stick today yet? I don't think so. I must check. I think I've never sold a stick on Black Friday ever since I've been like really active online. I think since 2012. Yeah, I haven't had any sales to my knowledge there ever on a Black Friday. So if anyone wants to break the trend, go for it. You know, that'd be quite interesting to do. Oh wait, I'm just seeing now to actually have any orders in today. Maybe I had one. Wait, I have to just double check. Checking your website and let's see now to have any orders in today. 0 orders. Yeah. It's so weird. Like on Black Friday, there's so many offers and promotions with Amazon and with all of these different things as well. It's like really strange. Every year, like I kind of know it. I kind of relaxed the night before, and then today I was like talking to this guy about this opportunity that we might do, and it was like it's the quietest time of year, but like usually now on Monday and Tuesday, they're the big days. Usually your highest number of sales for the years will come in on this Monday or Tuesday. So I probably need to get more new sticks up. So I have 7 nearly done, and if I'm lucky, I can probably get a few more up this weekend as well. But it's all just trying to get the time. There's only so many hours in the day that you can do things. Lenny, my man, the guest of honor is in the house. Nice to see you, Lenny. Very good. Be looking forward. You had some interesting suggestions in the comment section during the week, I see, regarding doing some kind of calls with people and everyone showing off their shillelaghs and showing off their walking sticks to each other. That's a good idea. Let's see, Liesl. I hope to have a channel up by Christmas. Yeah, and finish off a couple of cigar box guitars. One has a license plate resonator. Oh, very good, very good. You got to get like Liesl. You got to get your Instagram going. Link it to your Facebook. So you post something to Instagram, it automatically goes to your Facebook. Gets Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest. Get yourself a TikTok because like why not? I'm not on TikTok because the walk and stick community isn't there, but for your items, it will be there as well. Try to get everywhere. Create your own personal brand and your story around yourself, and just be active. Once you get a kind of community together, then you're going to do things. Tim says yes. I have 3 official McCaffrey craft sticks. That's very good, Tim. That's very good. But I always say, look, when you say you have 3, I'm goes, why not 4? Why not 5? Why not 6? We have a Sean Egan in the house. Hope you're well. I'm very good, Sean. What part of the world are you joining us from today? And Lisa saying hi to Bobo. Lenny, you're not going to get any orders, Francis, as you wouldn't in a month of Sundays. Give 10% off. What? 10% off an authentic Irish shillelagh? That wouldn't be fair to all my customers who've been buying from me all year. Like, I like to make sure that everyone feels the same. But like these Black Friday promotions, like it's all nonsense. Like if they bump up the prices and then they give a discount, and if you looked at them a month ago, it's more or less the same prices, or else they'll have 1 or 2 items like in stock that they're giving away for like about just still double the price they paid to get it in. So like a retailer will multiply say if it costs them €1, they'll have it at €4, and then on Black Friday they might reduce it to €2. So they're still doubling up on what they paid, and they'll probably about have it was €5 now €3. It's all just marketing as well. So Liesel's giving the thumbs up and the heart. My good friend Claymore, how are things, my man? You're officially a stick collector too, I think. You have 3 of my sticks now, so you'd be officially, maybe is it 3 or 4 you have? So you're a stick collector there. So we have Sean joining us from Chorley. I can't correct me wrong. So I'd guess Chorley in Lancashire and near Preston. Very good. And is it cold today? It is bastard cold in Ireland today. I'm not kidding. Not gonna lie, as the kids say. It's hailstones today. It's only a few degrees. I'm pretty cold. I have the heating on here in the shop, and like most guys out there, I don't like to turn on the heating because the heating costs money. So it's cold when I have the heating on as well. I was going to wear a jacket as well. I can kind of feel a bit cold. But my mom, she gave me this today. She doesn't fit Granddad anymore, so she told me to wear it today. And I destroy outfits all the time with the type of business I'm in. I'm always working with sawdust and different things as well. So I'm always dressed. My daughter's colleague said I dress like a homeless person when she saw me today. So I usually just wear whatever's easy clothes that I can kind of destroy, but not homeless yet anyway. Let's see, Carla. Hey Francis, hope you're well. Freezing here in Wexford too. Are you in like Gorey or no? Is that that's Wexford? Is it Wexford? What part of Wexford are you from? You from a hurling part? It's a cold day in Ireland today. It's a bit stormy. It's one of those days you don't want to do anything. But if you're cutting blackthorn, now is the time of year. We've had some proper frost. The sap will be going down into root. It's really weird this year. Like it's probably only from this week now that I would recommend cutting the blackthorn, because there's a lot of sap and there's a lot of leaves, and the temperature is pretty high well into November for the time of year. Claymore, and I have 5 of your sticks. Wow, that's really good. Mrs. Claymore is getting 1 of them, which I'll cut down a wee bit for her. Yeah, just kind of like cut it down, get a bit of sandpaper, just kind of like soften the edges, just round it up a bit as well. Then you can get any kind of paint or varnish or anything just to kind of seal the end a little bit. You can get anything to seal the end, and that's basically it. It's pretty easy to resize a stick. You just need a handsaw, bit of sandpaper, and then something to seal it, and you can get anything to seal it that you have around the house or at the hardware store as well. So how long have you and Mrs. Claymore been together? Claymore 64. So were you born in 1964 or were you married in 1964? So what's the relevance of 64 there? You know, be interesting to see how many years you married. I'm married since 2006 and met my wife in 2003. So we were together 3 years before I got married in 2006. I got married in Thailand in a ceremony that there was lots of animals there and there was loads of stuff going on. The Commodore 64, I used to play that in the 80s. What games do you like in the Commodore 64? Remember International Karate Plus was a game on Commodore 64. You had the cassette tape that you had to put it in and press play, and you had to wait like 45 minutes for the game to load. Do you remember that in the Commodore 64s? God, it was back gaming in the 80s, and it wasn't really that advanced. It was like Nintendo, and you had like a lot of the arcade games. Yes, brilliant that one. Yeah, yeah. Like, do you remember the Predator game came out? That was pretty cool as well. And I'm trying to remember a few of the games. My friend had it, and I would go to his house, and literally it was a cassette tape that you had Spectrum. Yes, yes, Spectrum 48. Yeah, yeah, and the Atari as well. Do you remember the Atari? The Atari 2600 or something. That was the cheapest one. Yeah, Spectrum, Commodore, they were pretty good. Apple had a presence back then too, but not like really. Boxing Day 64. We've been together for 10 years, and she's very tolerant of my eccentric nature. So that means you're interesting. Like, it's good to be a little bit different. Like, if the world was full of people that didn't speak up or didn't do different things, we'd have a very boring place, wouldn't we? It'd be very boring. I remember those Sinclair Spectrums, was it as well? Yeah, like, thank God computers have come a long way and stuff like that. And do you remember like the DOS before there's Windows? You had a DOS system. I remember when Windows came out, it was like amazing. You didn't have to see this like black and amber type of scheme on the screen. Cards that had, yes, classic. Maglomedic. Wow, I didn't miss the stream for once. No, you've arrived here. You're always here in spirit as well. And Carl, are you cutting much Blackthorn at this time of year? Not at the moment because I'm just busy with orders. I'll probably get going now, maybe kind of closer to Christmas, and then kind of in the second half of winter. It's probably when I have more time because you know at the moment it's very important to get the orders out as quickly as possible because everyone's paranoid. They're not going to get their Christmas order and this and that. So I have to put my customers first before I go out bulk cutting. But today, like how cold it is, this is the type of day you should be going out in the wind and in the rain and different things as well. But I'll get going now, like soon enough, and getting some blackthorn. I have to go back to a few places and revisit that I was probably with a few years ago. I actually want to check them out if blackthorn. There was a few sticks there last time I checked. I use dogwood from time to time for my shillelagh. Yeah, a lot of the fake shillelaghs they use dogwood, and like I've seen a few of those ones as well. Carol, is winter the best time to cut? Yeah, like when you wake up in the morning, you don't want to get out of bed and it's freezing cold. That's blackthorn cutting time. Put on your hat, get your gloves, have your tweezers ready for pulling out all the poisonous thorns at the end of the day. Your back's going to be sore, everything's going to be sore. Like it kills me when I hear all these guys like saying, "Oh, they love cutting blackthorn. It's amazing and stuff." You go out cutting blackthorn. It's not a pleasant thing. It's just quite hard. Maybe like if you're cutting one or two, it's not too bad. But forgive the yawning. I've been up till like 3 and 4 a.m. the last few nights. Usually just kind of like answering a lot of customer service questions and things, and I'm finding that that's the kind of difference this year. It's like I kind of have to up my customer service game and speed of getting orders out because that's kind of making all the difference this year. Because I know everyone's a bit worried about this and that and stuff, but hopefully like they'll all once they've ordered once with me, they'll come back and order again. I've noticed there's a few now that have ordered me a week or two ago, and they're, oh, that was fast, I'll order again. And that's actually like really helpful. When you have a few people that are going to keep ordering at you as well. But yeah, the blackthorn business is not good. Here, I'll show you some cudgels today. show off what you think of my cudgels. So this is a nice thick one, about 1.25 inches. I haven't put this online yet. I'll probably put them online. I'll probably be tomorrow morning. I'm probably just going to head home straight after this as well. There's a nice kind of glitches and different things in these type of ones as well. There's a few little cracks and crazings and stuff on these type of cudgels as well over the seasoning process. But you kind of can incorporate that into some of the design as well. And once you kind of know the ones that are not going to be detrimental to it as well. But that's quite a nice one as well. And has the kind of the strap in it as well. Put that around. You can have this, and you can have a bit of fun with this as well. It's a good size, a good size type of stick as well. I have a few of them actually. I have 3. That's the first one. I'll show you this one as well. So I have this guy. I think turned out pretty good. Here you can see it in all its beautiful glory. And here you have the handle on that as well. It's good, it's good size on that. It's good weight as well, and different things. Actually, I sent out one to this martial artist guy in Germany this week. I think he's going to. I think he has a whole Patreon group of martial artists and different things like that. And he's a good guy, and he works pretty hard to promote Irish crafts and sticks and all of that. So it's great to have these ambassadors, as I see him in Germany. It's actually, I'm starting to gain traction in Germany. I'm starting to get a bit of a reputation in Germany. Because I always wanted to kind of get into more markets, because there's always America. The UK market was never too keen on orders. They weren't too keen on ordering from Ireland or something, because maybe they had some suppliers or some guys doing it in the UK. But this year the orders from the UK have come up a bit more. Australia, New Zealand as well, they've come up a bit. So word is getting out, So I look at this one as well. This is quite nice. Natural kind of bark thing as well. You can see the kind of two of them there together, side by side. I don't know, you leave the bark on a blackthorn, it just looks nicer. Some people were saying you should take off all the bark and all different things, but no, it's kind of good in the way it kind of hugs the the knob shape as well. But I thought these ones turned out pretty good. So I'm gonna put these online tomorrow. I have one, then I have this guy number 2. Give you another look as well, see what you think of that guy. I kind of like him. It's a bit thicker. This one's maybe about close to 1.5 inches thick. It's a good bit of weight on that one. Let's see, I have one more as well that I kind of like to look at as well. So kind of just compare them so you can see that kind of the two together, so you get an idea of the size. So they're all kind of similar thickness. This one's, the top one's a bit heavier. This one's just a bit lighter as well. I'm trying to go for the kind of knob stick a lot in a lot of these cudgels that I'm making, because for cudgels, they're kind of handy like that as well. But I've turned out pretty fine as well. I've liked how all these type of ones have turned out. So I'm going to for the next probably for the next week or two, I'll probably put maybe 20 walking sticks, but I'm going to put way more of these guys on. I've been making them, and I have a number of them nearly finished as well. But there's 3 that I just kind of finished today that I'll probably get online tomorrow. So I got those 3, and I have about another 7 kind of walking sticks, heavier kind of walking sticks. The ones that are kind of sought after. I've got about 7 more of them going up tomorrow. Let's see. That will leave a mark. That one's a beauty. Thanks very much. Let's see. How hard it is to find rowan? How difficult it is to work with compared to blackthorn? It's easier because it's not as dense or as heavy. Rowan is usually at a certain altitude. On the mountainside, you have to go up to a certain altitude for it to grow. Easy to identify from its red berries in August, September time and stuff as well. The leaves are very similar to the ash tree, but it's not ash at all. So it's known as the rowan tree or mountain ash or witchwood. And it has a kind of silvery bark with the red berries. It looks really nice as well. Oh, the hailstones are beating on the shop window of the shop here, pretty heavy. Cool, cold night here as well. Let's see. I actually shortened the lovely knob stick, ballsed it up, and took a wee bit off too much. That happens all the time. Look, I make balls of sticks every now and again as well, and you just to start over or different things it's part of life. Like sometimes you're working on a stick, or like the worst is when I trip over and hit something in the middle of doing some finish and stuff, and you have to refinish it and take it off again, or you're putting on a finish and then some fly or some sawdust or something kind of goes in too much. You gotta like redo it again. So there's always things to go wrong. That's part of business. Let's see, and so 8x10 pieces in the ferrule, electric clay for the seal, worked out perfectly. But that's a happy ending anyway. It's good there that it actually worked out pretty good. Irish lilies, I like the natural bark finish more than the black one. Yeah, it just depends on the stick. Sometimes the black one looks pretty cool. Like when you have all the knobs and knuckles on it and it's in black, it looks pretty impressive. But yeah, it's all like what's the personal preferences. And Carl says that's brilliant, Francis. Thank you very much, Carl. My good friend from Tipperary, Brendan Hartings, my man. Hi, Francis. Is there such a thing as blank blackthorn being too big to work on? I have some mighty specimens and I'm reluctant to cut them. The thing about those big, thick, heavy blanks is that they usually don't last like the seasoning process. Like you have to season them for longer, and they usually crack pretty badly. So if you have like those big kind of thicker pieces, like you see them like when you're out, like are you doing a bit of cutting yourself, Brendan? Today is the day to be going out. The weather's horrible, but there'll be no one around. That's a good time as well. I always it always annoys me when people are trying to come up to me, talking to me when I'm trying to cut blackthorn and asking loads of questions, and I'm just trying to concentrate because it's quite a dangerous thing when you're in a poisonous bush with these long thorns everywhere, and you're trying to be very aware of your surroundings and make sure you're not injuring yourself, and then people are just coming up asking you loads of different things. But with those big really thick pieces, they can take up to 5 years to season, and even still, and then they crack so deeply, and not in like a little crack or something that you can kind of work into design. Sometimes you can kind of like make cracks look pretty cool and stuff like that. But like usually you have to wait longer if there's a crack, just to make sure that it's kind of reached the end of its road where it's going to go, and it's if you can kind of mix it into the design, it looks pretty good as well. But there's some big pieces of blank wood that are difficult to season. That's kind of like my main point there as well. I've just noticed I'm actually slow on the swagger sticks. I only have about, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only have 3 of these guys left. Little swagger sticks, your drill sergeant sticks, something like that. Give it to a bossy brother or sister or someone in authority. These are actually quite interesting. I like these swagger sticks. I must make more of them. They've actually been selling a bit now as well. And I have, look, as you can see here, guys, I have a bunch of shillelaghs. Then here and here, you see in the distance, those two, there's rowan trees. There's some blackthorn there behind me as well, and a few here. So I have, let's see, I'm cutting with 2 septic fingers already. Yeah, tell me about it, man. I know, I've been there. It's never... respect you, Brendan. Like a lot of respect. It's never easy going out cutting blackthorn and stuff. That's why I'm saying it's not an easy job. It's not something you look forward to. Like, why do you cut blackthorn? We're all half insane. Like, that's probably the reason why. We just do it because it's something to do. There's nothing on the telly, so why not go out and cut some blackthorn? But those septic fingers, like you gotta worry where you get like the thorn and stuff. I think I've said this before. Like that's the worst place to get a thorn, right in there in your hand. There's just something of way it's connected to something, and it just that's like the worst place as well. Like it's not too bad when you get it like in the finger here and there and different things. But I last year I got one right through the center of my hand that was in deep, and I couldn't get out the little bit of poison or something, and I was pretty worried about it. But I don't know. I must have had so much exposure to it over the years and stuff like that. But that's the vaccine that I've got, the blackthorn one, I suppose. Just saying that in jest as well. But yeah, we have a COVID winter upon us. That's the narrative now in it. I don't even pay attention to it anymore. In terms of like there's this, there's that, there's this new variant, there's this new that, and this. It's like it's too much. Like it's just again, I'm just going to cook blackthorn, just do the family thing, eat food, sleep, and repeat every day, and keep trying to save and save and save, and hopefully go somewhere nice and sunny sometime soon. That would be quite nice. I really wanted to get away this Christmas because Christmas time is the only time of year that I can get away from this business. It's like nonstop. It's 7 days a week. There's you can't like everyone's saying like just take a break from it and get someone else in to manage it and look at it and stuff like that. But like they never do it right, and then they don't know what to do as well, and then they're a little bit overwhelmed by how much work is involved to kind of get through the day, because you have to do everything from packing to cutting to the customs documents to the finishing of the sticks to the straightening of the sticks to all the customer service things in the evenings as well. Like, you're up late most of the night. Like when I wake up every morning, I have to wake up, and for the first 20 minutes beside my bed, I'm literally just answering all the questions that came in that night, just to try to get back to them as quickly as possible. So it's like a full-time business, and you're tired. Like this time of year, I'm just tired all the time. Can't stop yawning. But that's just because I was up a bit late. But at least tomorrow I don't have any courier coming, so maybe tomorrow morning I might have a sleep in till 9 a.m. Woohoo! Something like that. But I usually, like, as you know, I have 3 kids, and I usually have to kind of work around whatever's going on in their lives and different things as well. Like before this stream, my daughter was in town. It was hailstoning. I had to drive her and her friend to a place, and then afterwards, now I have to try to get some food, and then go back and I think drop her and her friend somewhere. She's at that age that she has, a more of a social life than me anyway. Um, so yeah, like it's always good to kind of plan to have something nice to look forward to. Are you guys traveling or doing everywhere, or how's everything in your part of the world? It'd be interesting to know. And by all means, look, I'm here for an hour, guys. Don't be shy. Ask me as many things as you want. We can talk about any topics as well. Um, we can talk about Brendan cutting his finger. Too septic. Where'd you get it, Brendan? I want to hear. Where did you get the torns? Was it like in the hand, or was it like somewhere else, or something like that? It was always not a great thing to experience as well. And I'm here to answer any questions, guys. I'm kind of running out of things to say. I'm having a day where I can't really think of too much. I think I'm just too cold. I'm just kind of freezing here in the shop. I think I have the heating on. I'm not really too sure. I probably need to get some of that whiskey out, or that some brandy as well. But oh yeah, I think it's like Thanksgiving in America now and stuff. So it's always like really quiet. Today is like so quiet. Let's see. Hello, Francis. Do you ever put a bend into a stick? Do you mean like in the handle and stuff, like a crook handle? Um, like I tried to do some crook handle blackthorns, but the thickness of it really depends on it. If it's too thick, you can't bend it into a handle. It just keeps snapping and cracking. And then if it's too thin, it just doesn't look too good at all. So it kind of like takes it does take a while to put a bend into a stick, but like usually there's like naturally occurring bends in the wood. So you have to heat up the wood pretty well. And the thing about blackthorn being a dense, heavy wood, you can only bend it so much. It can like crack, or like snap. When you're bending it and bending it and bending it, just snaps, and that's the worst in the world. You have a beautiful stick, beautiful handle, you try and straighten it, and boom, you snap it, and you're like, it just wasn't meant to be. Becomes the old firewood then, or something like that. Let's see. Liesl says, Francis, what type of paint do you use on black sticks? Usually, like, I put like an undercoat on first, or something like that. So the first thing I do is like I get a wire brush and I clean the blackthorn. There's always like a bit of moss, or different things growing on it as well. And then I kind of like study it as well and see if like there's anything interesting in it, and would it look better white, or sorry, natural finish, or with a dark paint. And then the first thing I do is I might put on like like an undercoat or something like that. After, well, sometimes you can seal it a bit, or an undercoat will do to seal it as well. And you then, when you put the undercoat on, you're going to like want to make it like a little bit type of shiny and stuff as well. So after the undercoat, you might go for two coats. Like you could, some people like a satin finish, or something like that, or semi-gloss, or high gloss. I just think a nice kind of gloss finish is usually enough. And then after you put like the gloss on, you can put like a really light light finish on it as well, maybe like 2 light coats or something like that. But just depends on what you want to do with it. Tim says, does an Irishman ever run out of something to say? Yes, we do sometimes. We do. If you ask us a question that stumps us and we need to think for a second. But not really. I could talk away and stuff. I suppose when oh, let's see. I think Lenny's ready for his joke now in a minute. But never, you kind of just keep going. He's waffling on and stuff as well. Mad Dog Medic, do you ever carry something to cleanse any wounds when you get cutting? Yeah, I have a little first aid kit. You badly need it. It would hurt using a sanitizer. Yes, it does. But sometimes you have to clean the wound and stuff, and it's going to sting. But we're all men here. We can deal with that. And if it keeps the infection from happening, it might be worth it. I guess the medic in me says, yeah, you have to. It hurts, like but you deal with it. Like pain is temporary. It goes away, and where when you get a bit older, if you get into if you have to cut your hand and stuff, and you have to you get used to having cut hands and cut fingers all the time. When you're working in crafts, you're always injuring and cutting yourself. So Lenny says, you demanded a joke from me, Francis, then didn't read it out. What? Did you post it already? Wait. What joke was that? Let me scroll back. Lenny. Let's see. Your joke was, you're not going to get any orders, Francis, as you wouldn't in a month of Sundays give 10% off. That's the only comment you've had so far. I'm scrolling back up. I haven't seen your joke, Lenny. I haven't seen it. Where is it, man? If you put the joke, I'll read it out. I have no problem reading out a Scouse joke or something along those lines. Just nothing that's going to get me banned from YouTube, from it. So like Lenny, have a think about it there, and write out your joke. Okay, we're really looking forward to it. Everyone's here, man. We've 22 people, that have come here, Lenny, for you to say your joke, the joke that you promised me last week. And you've got good ideas. Like Lenny, in the comment section during the week, he said that it'd be a good idea for me to do like video calls and interviews with people on a Friday where we can show each other or knob sticks, I think it was. And he had some name for it. What was like two knobs or something, or knob Friday, or big knobs or something. I can't remember. But I thought it was a good idea. To connect with you guys. I'm going to at the moment, I don't really have my own laptop. I'm using my wife's one, and she's a bit particular with me doing too much on her laptop because at the moment I can do most things from my phone. I can do all my customer service. I can do all my orders, my invoicing, do my receipts, my emails. I can upload pictures. I can do everything from my phone. So I kind of got used to using that. And then my old laptop, doesn't really work or is not functioning anymore. And then I never really bought it. And then I was always thinking, okay, I'll get, if my taxes aren't too high, I'll get one. But they were way too high. So I've kind of said, I'm punishing myself now. I said I have to work hard and hit a certain amount before I'm going to buy myself a new computer, and then I can do I can do more with these type of Friday sessions where I can invite some of you guys to come on, and we can actually have a talk and see each other, and the other guys in the community can get to know you as well, which would be pretty good. Let's see. Brendan said 2 occasions into the left index finger. I couldn't bend the finger fully for a month. Yeah, that would be about it. And that was after digging out the tips. Yeah, you got like an infection and swelling and get septic. You probably had to go on antibiotics, to get that down. I know it all too well, Brendan. It's not a fun thing. You cannot overestimate the safety precautions. You've been watching my channel for a while. I'm always saying it. I use welding gloves. No matter what gloves you wear. I haven't tried the anti-syringe gloves yet that are supposed to be pretty good, because they're like €300 or something crazy money like that. But yeah, there's you cannot stress enough the danger of Blackthorn. Here, look, truth be told, like Brendan has his story there, and may it be a cautionary tale to any of you watching as well. When you're going out doing the cutting of Blackthorn, his fingers, he couldn't move it for a month. If you need a job where you need to use your hand and you can't use it for a month, it's going to cost you a lot in lost earnings. So you got to respect the Blackthorn. You got to even when you dig out all of those little things, they can still cause complications and things as well. So that's always a fear when you're doing this kind of job. That's why I should put up my prices more, charge way more. Safety factor. Put in my blood tax. I probably didn't put enough blood tax on this year. Maybe I'll add another few €100 on. Go on, Lenny. Liesel. And it's after Brendan Doolin. So you're going to say your joke now in a moment. You're building this up too much, Lenny. Everyone has very high expectations. You've had a week to come up with a joke for me, or something like that. We can do this. We can make this a weekly thing, Lenny. Lenny's joke time, where he comes on and says his joke of the week. Tim McKern, 22 members of the Brotherhood of the Blackthorn. Yes, we gotta get jackets or something. Let's see. Claymore said, once the Christmas trade had gone, will you do an order of the black shorts t-shirts? Yeah, I want to do so much. Like I've looked into designers on Fiverr.com to design some t-shirts and get a load of graphics and different things like that. And I've looked in several places as well, like to get some really, really talented people to do up like several things. So I definitely have it on my list to do. But like shipping t-shirts is kind of difficult, so you have to kind of like do it through one of these drop shipping type of Teespring type companies and stuff, and they like take a big chunk of it as well. Like you don't make anything off the t-shirt business. Like you have to be selling like thousands. Like QWERTY, I think, is a big t-shirt business. It's you don't make too much on them as well. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Lenny's question finally. Did you post this already and didn't do? I hate repeating myself, but question. Here's Lenny's thing now, so I'm going to read it out. Let me clear my throat. Question to all men. If you had to choose between a wonderful wife and a really nice car, what would you pick? Petrol or diesel? Second time I've sent that tonight. I didn't get it the first time. The YouTube must have like moderated it or something. And that's the best joke. So we go through again. If you had to choose between a wonderful wife and a really nice car, what would you pick? Petrol or diesel? So what do you guys think? You think Claymore likes it? He thinks superb. Superb. I don't know, man. I'm in fear of my wife, I can't laugh at wife jokes. If I start laughing at wife jokes, you gotta live with your wife. You share a bed with your wife, hopefully still, Lenny. You gotta share a room. But that's you're I really like to meet your good lady someday. You must get her on the live stream. What Mrs. Lenny's like. We get to see her as well. I've been thinking of getting a flat cap. Any suggestions? Yeah, I have some. Just measure your head with a piece of string or something like that to get the idea of your size, and then just see what length it is, and I can recommend you. But I have a bunch of flat caps. I think I have some of these guys still. There's there you go. That's how the flat caps looks like. You can have one worn by me, worn by a stick maker. So that's how the flat cap looks. And stuff like that. So I still have a bunch of these as well, to go. Good one, Lenny. Lenny, it only showed up just now. Yeah, there's something weird. Maybe when you posted it, YouTube thought it was spam, but I didn't see it never popped up here on the chat. Maybe it was too vicious for YouTube or something like that. But yeah, no, we never saw the joke. It just popped up there for the first time. So it wasn't me. I didn't miss your joke the first time. It was it just never popped up. I scrolled back as well. I don't know. YouTube has maybe they saw this as not it's too triggering content or something like that. Let's see. I do like the new look. Yeah, hey, this is the better look. Need to be holding this, my man. You seen the old stick fighters and they're going out with their fighting sticks and stuff like that. Or you have the Doyle guys, hey, or the Antrim guys. There's all different ways to kind of hold a stick. Let's see. Do you like the look? Let's see now. We have. I used to have alcoholic constipation, and I couldn't pass above. Okay. There's just something a little bit strange about constipation. So we'll leave that. drink some prune juice. Won't that help? Let's see. We have Rolo the Walker. Hey, Francis. Would a 40 centimeter shillelagh be used historically? Are there any shillelaghs this short? So that's about, I don't know, this is about 40 centimeters maybe. What's that in inches? That's 12 centimeters. Sorry, 12 inches is 30. So it'd be about, what's that, about 14 or 15. Yeah, like there's different types of sizes shillelaghs. There's no like standard template size. Some might have been 14, 15. I kind of think they look better around the kind of like 16 to 19, maybe even at 20 or something like that. It just gives you a little bit extra. But yeah, like they've come in all separate different sizes. There's like nothing that's set in stone historically that says this is the size, this is the template. It's a piece of wood you find, you have to see how long it is, how does it feel, the size of the handle, it's the kind of wood dictates usually the size of what it's going to be. Lenny says, YouTube doesn't have a sense of humor. Amen to that. YouTube is just an algorithm. It's just an AI system. It's not, they're just constantly patrolling, looking for people to police over as well. But at least join the club. At least you got banned by YouTube. Your joke didn't get shared at all. YouTube decided not to share it as well. So that's pretty good. Actually, I do like the feel of this. I told you before, like when you hold one of these, you feel great. You just like feel, you feel powerful or something like that. Maybe that's just me being a small guy, holding some kind of weapon or something like that. It always makes me feel a bit better as well. So whatever you guys want to talk with as well, I might just go maybe another 10 minutes or something like that, because I'm extra tired today. I'm not good at staying up too late in a few days in a row, and then have to be up in these like cold mornings as well. I don't think I can last too much longer. I just keen now just to get some food, and it's crazy the traffic in town. I live in a tiny town, really small town, and the traffic gets weird, man, around like between 6 and 7, and it being in the morning time as well. It's crazy. Like you'd expect in an Irish town. So any of all you guys coming to Ireland? You coming to Ireland next year? Going to visit me? You've been watching me now for a year, lads. When are you going to come over and say hello? I want to get to know you. You can come in here. We could have a cup of tea. I don't know. Will I be big on the the going out and drinking side of things? But you can definitely have a cup of tea, have a walk around Killorglin, have a talk or something interesting like that. It would be very good to get to know you. It's easy to get a flight. Start planning for 22, man. We can't go through another one of these things. But the COVID winter thing is was predicted. The cases were always going to rise a bit. Everyone's going to have these little tantrums. These South African variant, that has been out there as the next one after the Delta one and after this one, and the South American one is next, lined up after that. They're all lined up, stacked up, ready to go. Let's see. Rolla says, before varnish became the norm, what was the most common way to finish a shillelagh back in the day? I heard about butter and smoke, about whale oil and so on, and mostly it was grease. It was mostly like grease that they had around the farm. Like with finishes, it was usually like a black polish. Polish beeswax is one of the ingredients in like black shoe polish. So usually they would just they'd polish their shoes black, then they'd have their blackthorn stick and they'd polish that black as well. Of course, if you're handling it, it's going to obviously come off of your hands and stuff. So usually, like from my own research and stuff, what I've seen is like it was black polish that they used on their shoes was used to finish the stick. In addition to that, they would just use black paint, and that was they'd have it around the farm as well, whatever black paint they had, and then they would like usually kind of grease the sticks a bit and just to kind of make it shiny. So whatever kind of grease or oil they had on it as well. But a lot of the sticks just had the natural finish as well on it. The butter and the smoke thing was just, I don't know, man. It doesn't seem right. You don't finish something with butter, I think that was part of the seasoning process or something like that. Let's see, evening, Francis. Zero, how are things with you? How's everything going in your world? Any news for me? Lenny says, so what's the IQ of YouTube's AI system? It is zero. YouTube is just, it's not a great platform. Let's see. Larry says, would love to get over to your Ireland as long as we don't need some jab or have to wear some mask. I know, man. It's like, when can we just travel again without wearing something on our face like constantly, with all these little COVID passports that we need and stuff like that. It's like, I'm the same. Like, I want to go traveling with the kids, and I just don't want to get them jabbed and stuff like that. Like, kids, my kids don't need that. They can give it to some other kids that need it. I got it myself. I got the jab and I got it just to get, if I want to go out to a restaurant with the wife, you can't without, having it as well. They're talking now about the booster things they need and this and that, and I don't know how you guys feel about it, but I've just had my fill of it. I'm done with it. I don't follow it anymore. I'm not looking. Like, there was a time when I was looking how many cases, this and that. Just no interest in it anymore. I'm just getting on my life. I'm planning for next year. It's not going to last forever. Like all of these restrictions. So, like, Larry, I feel the same. I feel the same, lad. Tim, 2022 is booked for me, and Ireland 2023. That's good. It'll probably be that year that before anything can happen anyway. But you have to book things. You have to look forward to things. We've all been stuck. I don't know about you guys. I'm itching to get out of Glorgland. I've been stuck here for too long. I need to go out and just see people and interact again. I miss interacting with people that not the same in the community when everyone knows each other here. Mad Dog Medic, the best thing about carrying a stick with you is no one hopefully takes issue with it. I would love to visit Ireland, but I'm not one for planning. Yeah, like for me, it kind of gets me through the day knowing that I have something planned and stuff. Like, I think my daughter is going to see a singer in Hamburg in May, so I plan to go there in May, and then my daughter, her concert tickets for, I think, My Chemical Romance, she wants to go see, so I have to bring her to that as well. And then my wife, she's going off to Thailand next year, and so I don't know if I'm going. It depends on the kids, because I'd love to travel there, go there. I kind of like the lifestyle there. It's kind of, you just chilling out, just food, watch the sun going down, because like it's mostly around the kids, so it's not like I'm going wild there or partying. It's just nice just to be somewhere with it's actually the wildlife and the weird people that you meet there. That's kind of what I like when I go to Thailand. You meet the most eccentric characters. You meet, like, the people are just like sound. They're all stories and interesting. You meet loads of craft people. I love going to, like, the craft fairs over there and the markets, and I love exploring the little towns and villages, and people that make stuff. I just find that interesting. The time and the effort they put into it, especially when you get people that are passionate about their work. You just caught up in their energy, like, and stuff. It's always pretty good. Let's see now. I'll just kind of go back here. Sorry, where was I again? Tom Cassidy, the Marvel, yeah, Black Tom Cassidy. He has a stick. Yeah, he had a piece of blackthorn wood that fire would shoot out of it as well. So he's the only kind of reference to it I can find in those kind of comic book type things. Claimer said, is it absolutely essential to seal a cut stick? Probably, I would say, yeah. Like, if you don't seal it, it's going to kind of crack and stuff a bit more. And then if you got like a crack that kind of ran all the way up, and because the end of the stick is usually a bit thinner and stuff, like, you don't want, like, to crack too badly that'll run up, because that would kind of affect the integrity of the stick, because if you're holding it as well. So I would say, yeah, like, if it's absolutely essential, like, if my life depended on it and I had a choice between living or sealing the sticks, I'd choose living. So if the way the question is phrased, it just depends on what the other option would be. William Carleton, John Hurley's done a book on that. Described finishing Blackthorn in the 1830s, including a dung pile. Yeah, a pile of poo. that the farmers used to just throw things into. It was just basically whatever was used on the farm. So if that particular farm had that, they would just throw the pieces of wood, leave it there, and come back. But you're going to have a walking stick smelling of horse shit. Like, that's not going to be too appetizing to hold as a fashion accessory. Zero Fox is all fine here in Somerset. I got my old pre-C job back. Oh yeah. A lot of jobs were lost. Like, oh, so it's good you got your before the old pandemic stuff job back. Happy days. Also, my two wines, the raspberry and blackberry, are looking very good. Well, that's good. Like, people's got to get back to work. Like, a lot of people got used to not working. They got used to trolling on Facebook and on things like that as well. People need to get out there and start doing things again. There's just something satisfying about working. But I'm kind of a great believer. It's good to kind of work for yourself, because you have a better philosophy when you can do things for yourself. In terms of like your personal philosophy, like, so you can motivate yourself a bit more. Sometimes when we're working for someone, it's kind of hard to, like, really kind of like push yourself harder, because you're paid on an hourly or salary basis. So just work to get your paycheck. I'm done with it too. Don't watch the news anymore. Yeah, I don't either. It's like like I kind of have an idea. Like, I watch like the stock news and what's going on with kind of different things like that and how it affects the stocks. But like, I like, I just I have nothing to say. Just how do you? I'm just tired of it. Most people are just like fatigued from talking about it. It's like the never ending thing, the new things coming out, the this, the that, you should be doing this, you know that. It's like the most everyone's been nagged to death by everyone. The it's just so frustrating to kind of for everyone, and I'm sure you guys feel more or less the same. We have a good friend of mine, Cataran Society. Good evening from Germany. Very nice for you to join the stream. I was showing off these things earlier. You might appreciate them. I had a few of these nice cudgels as well that I was showing off. That was the first one, and because I know you're into these type of sticks. I know you like these ones. That's another nice one piece of wood type of stick. And I think I have a third one as well. Here we go. You can see that one as well. It's a nice piece of blackthorn wood as well. So I do know you like the cudgels as well. Like, these ones are pretty good as well. So like if the way I was holding a cudgel or something, if I was to fight, I don't know, it just feels more comfortable. Like, to kind of like cross the hands or something like that. And I would like usually keep this out for my head here. But like, I know you're a professional martial artist and you have studied this way more than me. But like, naturally, like when I'm holding something like this, it's more into kind of like a stance. Tuck the head down, maybe to a little bit of the side. Just kind of like go back and forth. Kind of hold this out for a second for block. But like, for strikes. But like, to get the power in it, you really have to like put the hand back and stuff like that, or kind of like whip it out. But I don't know, I just kind of like, when I'm holding like a cudgel, just naturally, I just feel like I'm just going to cross it, something like that in this position. That's kind of like just feels natural for me. I kind of just do it automatically. I don't know if that's the correct way, when speaking to someone like your good self, who's a professional martial artist. Rolo the Walker says, were any shillelaghs adorned with metal strips and studs and the like? I have so many questions, and you certainly are the man to answer. People decorated things the way they wanted them. Some people put these little kind of crests on them. I've seen, they put little emblems on it. Some people like would put, little carvings into it. Some people put different types of straps. It's like most things, people decorated it and personalized it the way that they wanted it to do. Larry says, that is just insane about the mandates. Yeah, it's like, ugh. Don't get us started. I think we all feel the same, so we'll have a little moan about it. It's all good. Like, here in Central USA, we have a largely lived life as normal in 2022. It was good. At least you didn't have any kind of like nonsense that we had to put up with in other places. If you want a shot, get it, but people have to respect each other's rights. I agree. I got it because I wanted to go to a restaurant, and I kind of was just curious to see what it was like. I was like, oh, is this going to give me some superpower or something? And I wanted to have it first before I'd even consider like recommending it to the anyone in my family and stuff. But I think my dad got it before. He was the oldest, and like he got it, and he was like, yeah, he's feeling a bit weird for a day after the second one. My mom got it, and she was like okay as well. But like I was reluctant to take it and stuff, and it was just more for like I really wanted to travel at the time, and I didn't think we'd still be talking about it now. And I was like, all right, I can put up with this. Just what is it, a jab, so I can travel, or why not and stuff. I was just kind of I suppose I was just probably tired of hearing about it, but I think you have to respect each other's rights. Like it was designed to help people who gives them a less severe case. It doesn't stop you from spreading it to other people at all. It's very useful and helpful for reducing the symptoms of it, and that's what the studies have done as well. And it's useful for some people, but like I've no underlying health conditions. I'm fit as a fiddle. A little bit fat, light a bit of sugar maybe that I'm trying to cut back on. Maybe a bit of chocolate or potatoes or crisps. I gotta stop eating that. That is terrible. That's worse for me. You know what's worse for me than COVID is eating chocolate. Oh, there comes the cough on cue as well, talking about the big C, not the good one. One Night in Bangkok, good song. I like Bangkok. I like the hustle. Like most people hate it, like the noise and the traffic and different things. But I know I'm kind of like I like some cities as well. The cities are just mad and they're just chaotic and stuff. I'm not big into the beaches in Thailand. I'm not a beach person. Like maybe if the sun's setting in the evening and like walk on the beach and stuff, it looks pretty cool. But like I was never a guy to like sit on the beach and like I'm Irish. It's we're very pale. We're like vampires. We're not beach people. We're nightlife people. We go out after the sun goes down and have a bit of fun. But yeah, I kind of like the when I'm over there, I like kind of getting up around 6 a.m. and getting things done. And I know I like to be active. I like to look for opportunities and business, and just I like understanding businesses. And I'm a bit weird. Like I like talking to Thai business people and asking them questions and trying to learn how they do business. And I just find it interesting, like talking to successful people of what they've done. And I've learned a college education from just talking to people. I think there's great value in that. I love it. It's very weird. You're very likely to see me sitting with some old crafts guy in Thailand trying to get someone to translate and just asking him questions and things like that. And I have a genuine interest in it, and they have an interest. And I wish I could speak more languages. It would be there's so many countries I'd love to like talk to crafts people and different things. And I like people who are a bit different. All like the people that are a little bit out there, like the people that are a bit eccentric and stuff. They're the people I get on with. People that are a bit different, a bit outgoing, people a bit talkative. They're the kind of people that I kind of just get on with and stuff like that, and kind of have a good relationship, as well. Let's see. One night in Bangkok. Yeah. So thanks for sharing your knowledge and experience. I'm planning on my next Blackthorn coming from you. Just please make sure it isn't a two piece. Of course, my man. I'm not making it a nice piece of wood. Like you can see on the Blackthorn here, like not two piece of wood, natural bark that's naturally occurring, like in nature and stuff. Um, I just make it all from that. Like, but look, it's always those things. Like I've always drawn into the two piece debate. Usually, like people are comparing my sticks to a two piece and saying this one looks like the magic picture of a blackthorn. How it should. It's supposed to look like this and like this. Every one of those sticks looks the same. Like those two piece sticks, they're all the same size, the same length, the same handles. There's nothing interesting about them, but they look like an artist's impression of what people like. So great display pieces. That's what it. Let's see, Cateran Society. We had a workshop in Irish collar and elbow wrestling last weekend. Yeah, I've seen some guys that are trying to do that in Ireland as well. The collar and elbow stuff looks pretty good. I'd actually have an interest in like learning about that more when I get time. That's actually like pretty good. The instructor is it Ruez Red, so Ruhan. That's how I'd pronounce it as well. Found at least one reference of a wrestling technique during a faction fight. Yeah, there was a thing. Like, there are someone needs to do like more research and stuff on that. Like, definitely wrestling was a thing in Ireland. Like I have like there have been some references as well. Like not everyone would have the stick. They'd go in and wrestle and fight and stuff like that. And like Irish is a fighting nation. Like, there's always some element of truth in like, Ireland's drinking and fighting. We we do that probably a bit too much. Um, yeah, like I'm trying to remember where I read about it, but I have there's some reference to it that a lot of people have done. Just ask like someone like John Hurley or something like that. He's done a lot of research into it. He's on Facebook, a nice guy. Know the guy. He's a total gentleman to talk to. Mad Dog Menick, gotta sign off. I got Burgo too. Blessings to all. Larry, also Francis, do you offer lead loaded heads? And if so, how much lead do you use? And how do you conceal the plug as not to ruin the appearance of the knob? I don't like lead loading, and I don't do it because lead loading was usually done to lighter pieces of wood to give it the same weight and feel of a blackthorn. Or usually, if there was some kind of like flaws in the handle where there was like holes or the roots or different things, people might put a little lead in there. It was mostly done with pieces of ash and other pieces. On a real piece of blackthorn, like something like this, like that's a solid piece of wood, very dense. You don't need to lead load it. It's heavy enough. So like you'd lead load a piece of wood to give it the blackthorn effect. And again, like there's loads of issues with pouring in like heated lead into it, or like how they used to do it in Ireland like years ago is like the fishing balls, like the lead weight that would be attached to a fishing line as you're throwing out. There's these little kind of balls, and lead is kind of soft, and they would just kind of push it in and just ram it in with their finger, and that's how they would lead load it. Like they would just get these little type of lead fishing balls or lead weights they'd use on the fishing rod. They'd push a bunch of them in as well to kind of make it a bit heavier to give it the blackthorn effect. But you can damage the integrity. You're drilling in, you're trying to put in things. Like if there's a naturally occurring kind of hole or flaw in the stick that you want to fill, people would throw a bit of lead or push something into it just to fill it. That's how it was done. But it wasn't like lead, like the guys who market, oh, we're lead loading or blackthorn. Just stay away from guys that talk like that. Catherine Society. So yes, I love cudgels. Yes, you do. I like cudgels too. They're fun. But like it's there's you can't sell them on Etsy. It's too violent. No violence allowed on Etsy. So I have to do them on my direct website. Oh, absolutely. I love the cudgel the same way. Heiko from CS was just showing a great collar and elbow jacket with a shillelagh. I look forward to checking out CS's YouTube. Do it. The guy has the best content out there. Join his Patreon as well. It's well worth it. The guy is a total gentleman. He knows his stuff as well. I can't really pronounce as well to Ape as Heiko, or I won't even try to do. But he's a great guy. Join his community, join his Patreon as well. Give him a shout out. Why not? We all gotta look after each other in this type of business and community. Kellerman Society, yeah, yes, you're very welcome. Happy you like our content. Yeah, it's good. Like it's really good. Claymore, a huge gale blowing in now. Time for some wine. Oh, it's another stormy night, isn't it, ahead of us? Kirk is joining. I'll teach you more when I get to visit after the plague. Yeah, mandate's halted again until January. Oh, mandate after mandate. Oh, Kirk, my man, I can't wait to sit down and have a chat with you someday. All of you, like I'm even Larry, man. I want you. You've great. I love your energy. When I haven't spoke to you before, you're asking questions. You're getting interest in the Blackthorn. Yeah, they're the kind of guys I like. Like they're curious. They're things. Like the guys that come in here like giving out to me and telling me this and that, they're the guys I just don't connect with. But I love guys like you, Larry, just coming in here. You're happy, you want to connect, you're watching all the different YouTubes, getting to know everyone. Like that's the type of community I want. Like just people like that, and new people that are coming in that are just like happy, and you should feel welcome in a community, not like people, oh, I know more about Blackthorn than you and all this kind of stuff. There's none of that nonsense with people that follow me anyway. Like everyone's like pretty good, and like I'll always help other stick makers unless they're rude to me, or else they start disparaging me or trolling me or something like that, which, oh god, it's a thing. It's really annoying, but yeah, whatever. Let's see now. So I gotta go now in a minute. Let me just read a few more of these comments, catch up before I go. Summer in Siam is a great song. I went to Bangkok and Phuket. Great country and great people. Yeah, and like Laos and Cambodia. Malaysia. I just like it in Asia. Like it's that's really everyone calls me Mr. Bean when I'm in Asia. They look at me and they think I'm Mr. Bean, you know, the character, or they call me Harry Potter as well. I like, you know, is it just because I wear glasses? But I just find all that kind of stuff funny, and it's all in good taste. Like there's no malice. The intention is just, you know, they're trying to associate with something they know. Shlán lad, old school. My father brought his Blackthorn in Ireland. We lived there in the 70s. That's very good. And do you still have it? Have some pictures? I love seeing pictures of old Blackthorn sticks because there's not many of them out there. Like especially if it's a real one and it's not like from the tourist shop kind of stuff that was sold. I've seen those 2-piece sticks, Francis. They look like a black stick with a cue ball stuck to the end. There you go, my man. That's your best joke. You got me laughing with that one. Bit of Blackthorn humor. Yeah, that's so true, man. So true. So you laugh at something that's kind of true. I have to buy my next stick when I visit. Yeah, of course, Kirk. Like you like the good heavy staffs and stuff. You got some really nice sticks for me. If you're interested in the Irish wrestling, contact Nathan. Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, I know him, the young lad in Dublin. I think I've interacted a little bit on Facebook and stuff, but I'm not active on Facebook anymore. Just too many people are annoying me on Facebook. So contact Nathan Featherstone in Dublin. He runs courses. Ruhan is lucky living nearby in Germany. Yeah, Nathan just started that new this year. I saw some pictures on a few of his Facebooks and stuff. And yeah, no, it's great that people are keeping, you know, this type of thing alive and stuff like that. So it's very, very good. And yes, he uses these days. I have to take a pitch and send it. Yeah, okay. All right, guys, I gotta go back to the family, and it's always great meeting you guys each week. And thanks so much as always. And